So you really want to be doing your research when you're looking at these plant-based dairy products, okay? Because they can be high, like I said, in fat, calories, and sodium if you're not careful. So just because it's plant-based doesn't mean it's necessarily the healthiest either. So you have to be aware. So let's talk a little bit about the cheeses. So I want to give you some really good insight on some solid plant-based cheeses that are not as high in salt and saturated fat. And the ones that are really good, I'll give you some examples right now because I really want this to be helpful to you if you're thinking about going plant-based. So tree-line French-style cheese, herb and garlic, is a spreadable cheese. It's more like a boursin. Or something you would put over crackers. It's absolutely delicious. It'll go beautifully on a cheese board. So that's a softer cheese that you might want to incorporate into your diet. That's really tasty and not high in that saturated fat and sodium. Best mozzarella type of, non-animal based cheese is the Veven Mozza Shred, which you can use on a vegetarian pizza, which is really nice and gooey and it'll melt because a lot of these cheeses don't melt very well, but this one's really good. So the Veven Mozza Shred. A cheddar that I really like is the Dea cheddar style slices. It's a great melter as well, great on a plant-based burger if that's what you're looking for. Or a grilled cheese. So that's maybe another one that you might consider. Best pepper jack, in my opinion, is the Field Roast Spicy Original Vegan KO Slices. Great cold or melted. So these are some really nice products that you might consider as you're building your plate to be more plant forward and less animal heavy. Okay. Now, people are going to ask me, well, how else can I get the calcium in my diet? So other ways to get calcium in your diet other than plant-based fortified milks and cheeses is fortified orange juice. Although I tell people not to drink a lot of orange juice and to opt for the fresh fruit. You're getting more bang for your buck with the fiber in a whole piece of fruit versus juice. Almonds have calcium, broccoli, dark greens, albeit not as much calcium as what you would find in dairy and animal-based dairy, but it all adds up. So something to consider as you're building your plate again. So if you are vegan, okay, and that's another consideration, and people ask me this a lot. Well, I don't eat any meat or any animal-based products, no eggs, no milk, no dairy, no fish. Am I missing any vitamins? What do I need? And what we see, and I have to tell you that most of my vegetarian, even vegan clients and patients have the best lab results. Their iron levels are awesome. Their other indicators of nutritional status are excellent. So it is very possible, like I said, to really put a plate together, going the vegan or a plant-based way without any animal products that will give you a good nutritional profile. But something you'll never get on a vegan diet is B12. So vitamin B12 is only found in animal products. So if you are vegan, then you might consider taking a B12 vitamin supplement, and 250 micrograms per day should do it for you. So consider adding that to your repertoire. So, do you still need convincing that plant-based diets are probably the way to go? Oh, and by the way, it does decrease the environmental footprint by choosing more plants than animals. As you all probably know, there's a lot of damage done to the land, raising livestock for meat production. So we really want to be health conscious, but also eco-conscious when we're making decisions about not only our health for the planet. So I do want to talk a little bit about the blue zones. Now, does anybody know what the blue zones are? Okay, there are areas on this planet called blue zones. And these are regions in the world where researchers have done some research and they've found people that are living over the age of 100. And specifically in places like Ikaria, Greece, Okinawa, Japan, Sardinia, Italy, and Loma Linda, California. So what are these people doing to live to be 100 or more? So what they're doing is they're eating more plant-based food, and specifically they are eating more beans. So the research is showing that these people are eating at least a cup of beans a day, and that level of bean consumption has been associated with 4 extra years of life expectancy. Would you have ever have thought that eating beans can extend your life? I mean, honestly, and they're a very cheap form of protein readily available. And we're talking about all legumes, lentils and chickpeas and black beans and lima beans and all kinds of legumes are absolutely an amazing source of protein and fiber, but also can increase your life expectancy. Huh. So who would have thought that? So you're getting your fiber with these beans, you're decreasing your cholesterol, you're improving your blood sugars, you're decreasing inflammation by increasing, the fiber that is feeding not only the gut bacteria, but promoting the heart health that we talked about. And actually, eating beans favors the growth of an anti-inflammatory bacteria, and eating meat actually contributes to more inflammation. So we really want to be able to decrease the inflammation in our bodies that can affect our heart and our gut. So another reason why we would probably want to steer clear of animal products and steer towards these plant-based products. You can live longer. Unbelievable. So let's talk about the other burning question, which is, can a plant-based diet help manage my weight? Okay, so people are always trying to make sure that they're not only being health conscious and eco-conscious, but they're trying to manage their weight the best way they can. And oftentimes my clients will ask me, is this a way to kind of control my weight? And it absolutely is. And the concern here is that when you're eating mostly plant-based, you're eating mostly carbohydrates, right? Because you got the whole grains, you've got starches, you've got fruits, vegetables, and if you're having some dairy, these are all carbohydrate-based foods. So people kind of get concerned with adding too many carbs to their diet. But I have to tell you, there was a study that I pulled off here in 2017 from Diabetes Care. It was a small study, but there are other studies out there that have shown the same result. This specific one showed that 65 overweight adults lost an average of 9.25 pounds in 1 year following a plant-based diet. Unbelievable. Okay, so really, really, really compelling piece of information here for you.